Okay, so here we have a platinum hitscan VOD review. I've seen a little bit of this, but not the whole game. So initially with your Venom mine here, you want to be thinking about using it as sort of as an alarm system. So say if you put it to your right side instead of just throwing it in there for ult charge, you can put it to your right side or behind you or whatever, and then when it goes off, obviously you know you're being flanked, and you can call out to your team for support. I think that's a little bit more effective than just throwing it in for a little bit of ult charge and like trash damage. As far as positioning, this isn't too bad, like relatively safe. The only thing is I don't know what heals you have. I think you just have a Moira, so you'll have to rely on health packs. You've had your Venom on cooldown for a long time now, and you haven't put it back down.
Sombra low, right side.
Okay, so as far as like grapple, I don't know if you were trying to land on top there. I guess you were, and you sort of B-hopped down. Yeah, just generally just trying to stick to high ground as much as possible. Like now, you want to be getting back to high ground. You don't want to be sitting here with your team. You definitely want to be repositioning. Like even the high ground to your left side is quite good here. There's no reason to be eating like fire strikes and stuff while playing Widow.
Focus them.
And you've been on 100 health for a long time with your Moira alive. Like you can just bind your need healing button, call out for some heals,
Nice.
Keep yourself topped up. But yeah, the main problem there was definitely not representing back to high ground. So you kind of, not only did it affect your, like the damage you were taking, but it also affects your sight lines a lot. And yeah, you kind of lost all your value once you're on low ground.
Alright, get back.
And also, I haven't heard any ult tracking yet. You definitely want to be ult tracking when you're in platinum and communicating that with your team.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, sort of focused a little bit on the Hanzo there and didn't really see the fast track. I guess it happens. The use of the ult there wasn't too bad. I mean, if you got a pick, it would have stopped their push. So the timing wasn't too bad, and you did have the sight line there and everything. So this is really risky play here. You don't really want to be trying to take like a close range 1v1 with a Hanzo. Super risky gameplay.
Right,
Like the way you've been playing for the last few minutes, you would be better off playing Hanzo.
yeah, sorry, you're right side. Got him.
So you put yourself in a really bad position there. Dropping off your high ground with no grapple available. Really risky. You could have easily died there.
Watch out for Zarya, she has grab.
Nice call on the graph.
Hanzo 1, nice.
So I'm not sure when your Moira used ult there, but after your Junkrat got a 3k with a tire, you can just call out no more ults, team fight 1. I'm not sure if the Moira used their ult before or after that, but just something to keep in mind. Because in Platinum, your teammates will waste their ultimates when they don't need to. So once you see that team fight's been won, you want to just call to your team no more ults. And yeah. So this ult here, you've popped it really early. I mean, it provides a little bit of value to your team, but not really. Like by the time you're out and you're in the fight here,
Focus right on foot.
yeah, you got 0 value from that ult. Just popped it too early. And again, we're here on low ground.
We're on foot.
I feel like your positioning all game, except for the very start, has been too risky. Especially on second point, you mean at the front the whole time, and even when the enemy team pushed in, you still stayed up there like with them. You're like almost between the enemy team in a way. Haven't seen you in high ground at the back here at all, or even right side where you have a bit more cover. It's like again with that Venom on there. If you'd put one to your right, it would cover that whole flank for you, you know, and you can really use that to effectively like cover your back, sort of thing. And then when it goes out, call to your team that there's a flanker on whichever side it might be.
Ride one.
So again, here we're just on low ground. Definitely want to try and get to high ground more.
Nice hook.
Ryan's going top right.
So you can hear that Genji flanking you right now.
Hog's on the revolving platform to the right. Hog on foot. Hog to the right.
So you can see here, you're basically standing in the open, like right now you're being shot at by 3 enemies because you have no cover there, and you're so far up. Yeah, you definitely just want to play cover a bit more. That position's it's good for like the start of the fight when the enemies coming back from that from their spawn, but as they get closer, it gets more and more risky. They have too many angles where they can attack you from. Again, here, like you're just sitting on low ground. Really need to get on that high ground more. That Genji took so long to kill you there.
Where's what?
Focus ball, he's low. Nice.
Use what?
Watch out for Widow.
This is a really risky way of fighting a Hanzo. Luckily he missed all his shots, but you were just walking in a straight line and blinking straight forwards. Like as you get to like high plat, low diamond even, the Hanzo is going to start hitting a lot more shots and you're going to have to blink like diagonally sideways and just trying to fake them out a lot more. Because there you were basically just in the same spot, heading in one direction. And you don't want to get so close and you want to keep your distance. If you're too close, they can body shot you and punch you at the same time. And one shot you. So here you've kind of got yourself in a bad position. I mean, you're delaying there. Yeah, again, so you're just walking in a straight line and just so easy to hit. If you're going to play Tracer, you need to be able to blink like unpredictably, left, right, diagonal, all that sort of stuff.
Unfortunate.
So your main issues so far, like obviously on Widow, I spoke about positioning a lot. You were always sort of in a dangerous position, and often on low ground too.
Uh,
And we didn't see a lot of ult tracking either. I think the only call about ults that whole game was you calling the Zarya ult.
Ryan low.
Ryan's one.
So you don't want to focus on their tanks too much. You want to be looking for the easy targets in the back, like the healers or the DPS or whatever.
Ball point.
The tanks aren't a great target for you.
Ball's one.
And another thing is you don't press tab much throughout the games. Like
Yeah.
that whole first round, I don't think you pressed tab once after the game started. You want to be pressing tab to see what the enemy is running, like after a team fight, see if they change anything. Look at your own team's alt charge,
I got
just all that sort of stuff.
Wait a second.
See if your team is making any changes you didn't notice.
Ball's going behind. I have Shadow walking out.
Genji half.
Mercy ready.
Nice shot.
Alright. Mercy. Now he's.
Ball coming May. Genji one behind. Not anymore.
Definitely could have gone for your health back there. The mega behind you.
Not anymore.
And when we popped our ult, we're down to just got one.
Genji one behind. Not anymore.
Yeah, the team fight's lost when you popped your ult. Just need to pay a bit more attention to the kill feed.
Feels good.
I think you were the last one alive when you popped that ult.
Wait for more. Wait for more. Push it, yeah.
And then again, once you die like that, I can't tell how far up your motor actually was. They maybe couldn't have got out. But just called team fight lost, everyone like regroup.
Genji top.
Because obviously the longer they spend before they die, the longer you have to wait before you can start your next team fight. That was nice. Good work.
Alright, get back. Let's regroup.
Not a whole lot you could have done there.
I have Shadow.
I'm not sure how effective the Widow pick is here. Yeah, I think that's a good change. You're being harassed by that Genji a lot, so you couldn't get a whole lot done.
Shield's broken. Can you shatter?
Probably a wasted right click there.
I need healing behind. Genji behind. Watch out. Watch out.
And then so when you had that Genji on you, you'd already wasted your roll for no reason. And you could have flashed him, but
Huge. Huge.
yeah,
The ball.
definitely should have went for the flashbang there in the back.
Get Ryan. Moira.
Nice.
Ball. Ball now. Heal McCree. Ball stun. Kill Ryan. Run. Run low.
So there, you just threw a flashbang straight at his shield. If you aim just above his shield, you'll flash him, and most Reinhardts in this rank won't be able to block it. So just look slightly above his shield, throw a flash, and then right click him.
More enough. Nice.
Nice.
Nice shot. Why is our wrecking ball still on point?
Okay, so here I want to see you target their backline a little bit more, like their healers or their DPS. Last time on the first point, you kind of just targeted their Reinhardt and their Hammond, and your team basically capped without you. So, like, in terms of
Genji
a
up
value
top.
with Widow, like, obviously that was nice there to get the Reinhardt.
Very slow.
Probably a little bit lucky, and you probably would have
Genji
died
on,
anyway.
Widow behind.
But, your value
Oh
isn't.
my
That was
god,
a
he
nice
got
shot.
this
Your value isn't really in focusing tanks. It's getting valuable picks.
Nice job, guys.
Okay, so that was a nice win. Obviously, main focus points were your positioning as Widow, not being on high ground, being in dangerous positions. Venom Mine usage was pretty bad. Never really used it to cover your flank or anything like that. Ultimate usage, one of them you used when your team was already dead, and the other one you used when you were coming out of spawn, like as soon as you respawned. And by the time you got back, you couldn't even get any value out of it. So that's definitely something to work on. McCree gameplay, we didn't see a whole lot of it. There was one point with the Genji, you didn't use your flash. You always want to be looking for the flash from the Genjis. In higher ranks, obviously the Genji's going to be pretty good at avoiding and deflecting the flash, so you want to try and hold it as long as you can instead of using it as soon as you see the Genji. If you notice they're starting to like outplay you and dodge them and stuff. Yeah, that's probably about it. Hopefully that helped, man. Yeah, good luck with your games, bro.